Greetings and welcome to my beautiful garden. Again, it's another beautiful day here on planet Earth. Welcome to Kirby and Ashfield. So today we're gonna do some the Dao, the machete, the broadsword. We're gonna do the machete. We're gonna do some coiling and maybe I think we'll just get through the coiling and some basic coiling. So as you know, I am a Tai Chi teacher. The broadsword is the weapon that I have learnt the most forms. I don't really practice forms now. I definitely don't practice the broadsword form at the moment, but I've recently been teaching it to my students, so I've been picking it up again. As I say, it's the weapon that I've learnt the most forms: Shaolin forms, Bagua forms, Tai Chi forms. So we're going to do the broadsword. So this is your basic broadsword. This is a battle-ready one. It is a single-edged weapon. Sometimes you'll find that this part is sharpened, but usually it's just a single-edged weapon. It has a point on it, but it's not really a stabbing weapon. You can stab with it, but it's mainly a slashing and a bludgeoning weapon. This is a battle-ready one. This is a really quite a heavy one there. They say you practice heavy and you fight light. So I've got the heavy one there, and I've got my preferred one that I like to use here. This is one from a gardening supply. I got it online, got it delivered to my house. Rightly or wrongly, got it delivered to my house. This is one I like to use. Machete, and I have lots of different ones here. So kind of in the early stages, if you're going to do broadsword, get a wooden broadsword, so you're not going to be slashing yourself or breaking anything. So a wooden one is a good one to practice with in the early stages. You can even if you don't have a broadsword, you can practice your coiling, which we're going to go through. You can practice it with a light dumbbell or a heavy dumbbell if you want to. But anyway, we're gonna get into it. So let's make sure. Say I am Tai Chi teacher. We are going to do some coiling in the Tai Chi style. So let's go through our principles and just loosen the body up. We're going to loosen up. So we're going to stand with our feet about the same distance as our hips or our shoulders apart. Imagine you have a long ponytail on top of the head. Imagine this is tied up to the rafters, making sure that this joint, SI joint, is upright, so it's not tilting forwards at the top or at the bottom. It's upright, and the whole of the pelvic area is hanging down. Feel like you're sitting down. This groove where the top of the legs meet the buttocks. You're sitting down into the gluteal sulcus, like you're sitting down onto a high stool, sitting down into your heels. Upright, but feel gravity's pull. Keep the tongue in the roof of the mouth. Put your mind, your awareness, your thoughts, your intent into your centre, the dante in that area, about 3 fingers below the belly button, and in the centre of the body. Visualise a ball there, about the same size as your fist. Imagine the centre of that fist-sized ball, about 3 fingers below the belly button, and in the centre of the body, so that the ball takes in the spine, those multifidus muscles, the abdominal muscles, the internal, external obliques, the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, your deep frontal line. So you're engaging your centre. And I just want you to tense and clench at your centre like you're holding in a bit of flatulence. Turn your centre and just set your body into motion. So some basic waist turning exercises. Loosening up a way of assessing how your body is moving, how it is feeling, whether you've got any pain and discomfort and immobility. Just assessing. So mindful practice. You know, Tai Chi is a mindfulness, moving meditation practice. So really being mindful of what you're doing. Really be mindful. Your mind is not wandering. You are truly engaged and present in the moment, and engaged in what you are doing here. Turning the waist. I always start like this. You don't have to, but I always start like this. So as I turn onto the supporting leg, this groove, the top of the leg, this inguinal crease, the inguinal groove is more closed than open when the legs are at its fullest. When the legs are at its fullest, this groove is more open. It's more closed than open. You don't have to start like that. You can start the other way around. Turning. Feet flat on the floor. Feet stay flat on the floor. Your knees stay in line with your toes. You're not twisting your knees. You feel a rotation at your ankle. Rotation in the lower limb, the tibia and the fibia. You feel a rotation around your thigh, but you're not twisting your knees. Feel that rotation through your hips. If the hips, the thighs, the ankles, or the waist are lacking in mobility, you might get up or downstream rotation going into your knees, and that's a really unhealthy habit to get into. So your knees stay in line with your toes. Feet flat on the floor, turning. Your arms moving away from the body because of this centripetal force coming out from your center. So the faster you turn the waist, the higher your arms will go. Just let your arms go. So we are going to do some coiling. Coiling, like the film I did recently, with the spear thrusts. The coilings should be done in the hundreds, if not the thousands. And if you are doing hundreds and thousands there, you have to really make sure that you are engaging the whole body, because your shoulder will be thrashing, be screaming at you if you are just using your shoulder muscles to do the coiling. So no arms in Tai Chi. All the movements come from your center. Okay, then let's change. To doing it like this. So now that groove at the top leg is more open than closed when legs at its fullest. So really sitting down into the heel of that supporting foot, sitting down into the heel, sitting down to that groove, the gluteal sulcus where the top of the legs meet the buttocks, sitting down to there, sitting down to the heel. So you're taking the weight of the body into the ground, triggering the Achilles tendon, triggering the plantar fascia along the sole of the foot, the Yongchen points, and triggering all that support up the back of the body. So the calf muscles, the hamstrings, the glutes, all that support up the back of the body. nice and stable, sitting into that support. Your body feels open and expansive. Your joints feel open and juicy joints. You're gliding through your joints. Your joints are well lubricated. Then sink more into a one-legged stance. Sinking more into a one-legged stance. So really pivoting on the heel of that supporting foot. So again, triggering the Achilles tendon. Those three tendons of the three calf muscles, they wrap around each other and travel underneath the heel. Importance of rolling into your foot in a healthy, predictable way, which modern footwear can really affect this healthy way of rolling into your heel. If you've got a big cushioning, like a big bubble at your heel, or even you're wearing a high heels, it really affects how you roll into your foot. It doesn't trigger all those important events in your feet and those important events up through the body. Triggers these rotations up through your skeletal system, through your muscular system, through your fascial systems, and triggers all those important events for stability in your feet. So yeah, tiny little details can really affect how your whole body functions. So get this right at the heel, really important. For us bipedal, two-legged terrestrial mammals, when we roll through our foot, really important for our locomotion. So always developing healthy patterns of movement, patterns of structure in the body. Feet flat on the floor, and just let this settle down. Let it settle down. Okay, so I said we're going to do some coiling. I'm going to start with what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with this weapon here. This is my very first bladed weapon, the metal weapon that I bought. I've got a lot of affection for this broadsword here. As I said, single-edged weapon, relatively blunt here. Some people do sharpen this, so you can stab with it. It's not really a stabbing weapon. So you hold it quite tight up to the hilt here. Often you see broadswords, they'll have a tassel on the end here. Some people say that you use that to disorientate your opponent. I don't believe that. It's more of a straight sword thing, a dueling weapon thing. I think the tassel is there to wrap the sword around your hand, or wrap strap the sword to your hand. If you think about it, it's a battlefield weapon. If you're on a battlefield, hundreds if not thousands of people fighting around you, and you get your sword knocked out of your hand. You're stood on a battlefield with people with sharp, stabby, killy things, and you haven't got a weapon, so you want to keep your weapon. I hope that none of you ever end up on a battlefield with a weapon like that, but who knows? So keep your weapon tight in your hand. Okay, so it's one of my bugbears is you watch films and people are spinning all around in their hand like this. It's kind of, you don't do that with a weapon. You hold on to your weapon nice and tight. Manipulate it with a straight sword, you do manipulate it with your fingers a little bit, but the broadsword, you hold it quite tight in your hand. Okay, so we're going to start with our feet hip distance, shoulders apart, parallel. Have got enough room here? I'm going to take the ceiling out, nice and upright. Keep the tongue roof mouth. What we're going to do, we're going to do some slashes up here. Slashing up here. So see, I'm not twisting my knees. I'm keeping my feet for the moment flat on the floor. So I'm using the whole body, just like with the waist turning, using the whole body with the strength of the earth behind your sword. I'm slashing up, and slashing down behind, up and down, keeping nice and upright, moving from the center. Slashing. I said you can do this with a dumbbell. You can even do a can of beans in your hand if you wanted to. And as I'm bringing it up on my left side here, to relax my shoulder here, keeping my shoulder relaxed there, you might loosen the grip a little bit on the sword, but make sure you're not doing it, you're not opening your hand there. You might loosen it a little bit to bring it around. You are working on being able to get the whole body around to this side here. So again, always being mindful of any areas that feel less mobile, stiff. Slashing up. And really directing the stabby, or not the stabby, the slashy cutting side of the blade here. So you're not going with the flat of the blade up here. You're directing everything into slashing up. Slashing up. Okay. So slashing up. So now let's do slashing down. Slashing down. Slashing down. Cutting down, like you're doing like an X in front of you, slashing down. Keeping an eye on the weapon, being aware of your surroundings. With my left arm, you see my left arm here, you can touch it onto your arm here, slashing down, keep it out of the way. I'm holding it in front of my heart here. Think about if you are getting into a weapons fight, sword fight, or a knife fight. Knives in heart, not good thing. So I'm keeping my hand here, protecting my heart. A knife or a sword in your arm or in your hand is better than in your heart. Hand here, protecting your heart, and the back of the arm and hand as well, because you have your radial artery on the inside. Otherwise, there you don't want sharp, stabby things through the radial artery, or you're going to bleed out very quickly there as well. And again, hopefully, you never end up in a knife fight or a sword fight. This is training. And sword, I know modern era swords, we don't use swords. They were for thousands of years, they were carried by all people for protection. With the invention of gunpowder and guns, became a bit obsolete, but they're a great thing for helping you with the rest of your martial arts. Your empty hand stuff is really improved through your weapons work. And martial arts as well. Martial arts of war. Mars, the Roman god of war. The martial arts weapons work came long before your MMA, your empty hand stuff. And you don't go into battle with just your fists. So if you're not practicing weapons, you're not really practicing martial arts. You're practicing martial sport. Martial sport. Okay, so slashing up, slashing down, getting the whole body working together. Okay, so let's do our coiling now. So we're going to stand in our cat stance. Cat stance here. Bow stance. Bow stance is challenging style Taiji, my main style Taiji. This is our bow stance here, where we maintain our feet shoulder apart. Weapons, you don't want to be exposing all of your organs here, so quite a narrow stance, a bladed stance, toes pointing forwards, and more of a cat stance as well. So the weight that you have more or less all the weight on the back leg. It's just the front foot, just the front part of the foot touching the floor, so around the toes and the front two balls of the feet. Tai Chi, you tend to keep the heel on the ground, but you know it's weighted towards the front. Like in the Shaolin forms that I practice, you are proper down in the cat stance with a knee above the ankle, the heel raised here, so 100% of weight on the rear leg, and you will incline forwards. You're not hunching, but incline forwards. We can do a mixture. Okay, and you're pointing your blade. You're pointing the tip of your blade towards, the tip of your sword towards your opponent. So I'm pointing it towards the camera. When you point the tip towards your opponent, or to the camera in this case here, the blade almost disappears. If I hold it to the side, you can see where the blade is there. You don't see it until it's coming crashing down on you from the side here as well. You can see the side view. Okay, and all we're going to do, so I'm in the rear leg, sinking into the heel, so triggering the Achilles tendon, keep it nice and upright, keep the tongue in the roof of the mouth. I'm just going to plant the heel down, and I'm going to push forwards like this, pushing forwards like this. So the thumb, if the hand was open, the thumb would be down like Nero in the Colosseum, like thumb down here, thumb down here, into the side. Keep the shoulder nice and relaxed. I'm not doing this shoulder nice and relaxed, just pushing forwards from the waist, pushing forwards here. This could be a parry. Say spear was coming towards you, just had students round training with me, and it could be a spear coming towards you, just parrying the spear or the staff to the side there, and getting the whole body behind it, pushing off the rear leg, pushing off, bringing it round. And from here you could chop down at like 180 degrees, this angle here, but for training, you come around, take it around. You're not ducking underneath the sword there, you take it around you, taking it around, and you want to be touching the blade or the back of the sword onto your back here. Then you come around, and again you can chop down anywhere here. For training, take the ceiling out here. For training, you bring it all the way around and touch the blunt side of the blade, blunt side of the sword onto your arm here. We're going to do up here as well, so it'll be onto the ribs here as well. But in, round, and around, and slash. And again, make sure you are directing the cutting edge of the sword, So round, and through. And this hand here, pushing it over to the other side there, the balance. You've got a weapon, push it, especially if you've got a heavy weapon there, you go around the weapon and hit you to the side there. So you push the other hand over to the other side, So Tai Chi tends to do it up here, and Shaolin tends to do it down here. Up, round. Make sure you're not obscuring your vision. Obscure my vision there. See, I learnt Tai Chi sword for the first time I learnt a broadsword, but then Shaolin I prefer it down here. So up, round, and through. And then from here we open up. Nice splitting movement here, opening up. Take it around, and again you can cut down anywhere here, 180 degrees. But for training, we bring it around. Again, don't duck underneath the blade. Take it around you, maintain your zhongding, and bring it over your shoulder and back to where you began here. So the hand straight down your center here. You've got the tile hand, the ridge hand here. Reach hand, pointing the tip of the sword towards him. You go round, round, through, and over, and open up, round, over the shoulder, and then you reinforce the blade as you come down, back to where you began. So over, through, around, using the whole body. It's not just shoulders. Again, if you are just using your shoulder, your arm will start to ache very, very quickly. Ache very, very quickly. It's actually, I find this easier with steps. So let's put some steps into it. So I'll turn to the side here, turn to the side. What we're going to do, we're going to step 1 and 2, and back, 1 and 2, 1, 2, round, really sinking, rolling through the foot in a predictable way, heel to toe, and toe to heel and going backwards, creating this shield of steel around you. Shield of steel. Okay, so broadsword, say practice it with a metal one. Got my machete, my preferred one here. This is gardening supplies, so this is for, I have chopped branches from trees and everything with this down. So this dances around you. Dances around you. Really dances around you. Really nice. Really, really, really nice. And we have the Bagua broadsword here. Bagua broadsword. I did practice Bagua quite seriously for about 15 years. I've really practiced it now. My Tai Chi practice is informed by my Bagua practice. So Bagua broadsword, round. I'm going to take anything out here. And this one. Broadsword. Okay, so broadsword. That one, put it through, or put it through the holes in the deck in here. Okay, so yep, broadsword, give it a practice. So you can practice with a dumbbell or a tin of beans there. Keep your good structure, good posture, good connection with the ground. All the movements coming from your waist. And I'm just starting to waffle now, so I will say goodbye for now. Goodbye for now.